Today we're going to be going on into the original Elder Dark Aether because I wanted to get some of those legendary acquisitions. I'm talking about the golden armor plate plus that Aether blade. So we got a pretty big update that's coming up and I wanted to be filling up my stash. Plus, if you guys haven't had a chance to get these acquisitions yet, or possibly if you're new to the game mode, this is something you guys can do as a solo player to get those schematics. With that, I appreciate everybody that's stopping on by the video today. If you're into zombies content or anything Call of Duty, rock the hell out of that like button and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. We're going to dive right into this run here in just a second, but really quick, I do need to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor. If you guys are looking to unlock the new MW3 camos such as Interstellar or Borealis, or possibly even play in some bot lobbies or get all the best schematics in Modern Warfare Zombies, then be sure to check out Midge Cactus. They're the biggest and most reliable sellers with heaps of brand new offerings for MW3 with completely safe and legitimate services for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. With thousands of great reviews on Trustpilot, you guys should definitely check them out. Be sure to use code REALG at checkout for 5% off your entire order for a limited time only. So today is definitely a special one, guys. We are in here in what is definitely the harder Elder Dark Aether to complete, especially if you plan on doing this solo. It's definitely not a walk in the park. There is a few things that you guys can be doing in here to be making your runs just a little bit easier. Number one, whether you plan on doing this solo or you're coming in here with a team, it would be really smart for you to bring in the VR11. If you don't have that thing, attempting to do that escort mission without it is just going to be almost near impossible. Speaking of, we're getting ready to start up our ACV right now. We're going to see by the time we even get to the very first corner, this thing already needs to be repaired. I don't know, maybe unless you have like an absolute infinite amount of decoys or something that you could just keep all the zombies away from this thing, you're definitely going to need this VR11. So we did bring a sentry gun to put on top of the ACV just to help us out a little bit. Now I wish I was thinking a little bit ahead and I would have brought in another sentry gun so that way I could have it for the holdout mission, but it's alright, we're going to make do. I don't know about you guys, but I've been making a lot of runs inside of the new Elder Dark Aether and I haven't been inside of this one in quite a while, so I was a little bit rusty when doing this, and I don't know if it's just me but it felt like there was a lot of zombies this time around. Like I always tell everybody, whenever you're coming in here and trying to do these Dark Aether solo, just be prepared and bring in a couple of self-revives. The reason why I say bring in a couple is because usually there's going to be a main purpose and a reason why you went down in the first place. 9 times out of 10 in a run, if you went down once, you're probably going to end up going down again unless you upgrade yourself or do something else to change up whatever you're doing. Yes, I know that there is those complete off chances where you just turn around and all of a sudden there's just like 3 of them right in your face behind you and they hit you really fast, you go down. There's nothing you can really do about that. Right up here, you're going to see I jumped off the side of the ACV here and there was just so many damn zombies around me, I ended up going down. Right here where this thing stopped, there is usually a turret that you can throw in one of those turret mods in, and if I were you, if you remember to grab one of those things before you come in here, that'll definitely help you out while doing this. There's going to be another one of those turrets that usually spawns towards the end of the run too, so that way you can just kind of keep a lot of these enemies off you. But if you're confident and stubborn like myself, you guys should be able to get this done. I'm not gonna lie, this contract is definitely difficult. It's only the hardest one to get done inside of this Dark Aether, that's why I like to knock it out first. I'm sure a lot of you do know, but I'm sure that there's probably some people out there that don't. This Dark Aether works a little bit different than our new one. Like the new one, it didn't matter the order that you did the contracts in. Matter of fact, even if you just wanted to skip out doing the like HVT contract, let's say for instance, and you just wanted to completely farm the other 2, you could eventually get all 3 of the schematics. Well, this Dark Aether doesn't work that way. You're gonna have to complete all 3 of the contracts if you want all 3 of the schematics. You don't have to do them in any in particular order, but the first contract is always going to give you the dog bone, the second contract is always going to give you the golden armor plates, and then the third contract is going to give you that Aether blade. The thing you guys can do that'll help you out with this escort contract a little bit is bring in a couple cashmere grenades. Do a pretty decent job on actually clearing out a lot of these zombies out of here for you. The monkey bombs also will do decent. They're only going to take care of as many zombies as that blast radius is going to let it, but whatever touches that cashmere black hole just absolutely disappears. If you got way too many zombies on you, or like the mega abomination is chasing you and stuff and you can't quite take it out, you can always get right in front of the ACV. Just let that thing push you forward. And yet again, like I said guys, this is definitely not easy. Quite frankly, I would recommend that you guys come in here and do this with a team, but if you're a psychopath like me, you play zombies alone like 99% of the time, this is definitely possible. Another thing that you guys should be doing, you're gonna notice here up here, I'm gonna end up stopping with the ACV and we're gonna go fill up on ammo, but when we're running around, no matter what we're doing, you got the VR11, make sure that you're running with that out so that way you get that extra speed boost. These super spinners in here, here sometimes can be an absolute bitch, and especially when you got like the mega abominations right on you. Yeah, it can definitely get pretty tough. We are at our very last stop with the ACV here, and I do have a pretty big tip for this section. Now I know that this part can get a little bit overwhelming because there is going to be a lot of zombies around you. What I would recommend that you guys do is take out some of the zombies that are right around the ACV, like right in front of you, and then you're going to take that zip line up the wall. This VR11 actually shoots really far, so you can repair the health of the ACV from standing all the way on top of the fortress wall, and all the zombies are going to be right around the ACV just trying to damage it. The majority of them won't follow you up here, which will just let you easily sit up there and keep repairing the thing until the contract's over. Personally, I think the last part of this contract is actually really easy. It's just getting it through that first half of it is going to be what's the really tough part. Now, the rewards out of this contract weren't too bad. I mean, I was expecting a little bit more, but we ended up getting the dog bone, and then we got the dog bone schematic, and we got 2 epic ether tools, which I'm just going to leave those. I actually have built up a bunch of legendaries right now, just trying to make sure that I'm fully prepared for this season 3 reloaded update. Now, since we got this contract out of the way, we're going to go over and grab the bunny on top of the building over here in the one that we just grabbed ammo in, and this one personally I think is going to be a bit easier than the one that we just did. So if you guys still need to know where anything is in this dark ether, maybe if you guys are new to the game and you're still kind of confused, I'm going to throw up a map up on the screen right here. So if you guys want to take a screenshot of this, it's going to show you where all of those bunny contract locations are, where all of the keys for the locked rooms, you have chances on spawning you in some wonder weapons. Almost anything you're going to want to know about the dark ether is going to be on these maps. So big shout out to MWZHUB.gg. They honestly do amazing work. I'm going to have their links down in the description if you guys want to go check them out. Now, the original plan, I brought in those cashmere grenades because I thought I was going to end up using them on these ether extractors here. But that didn't go exactly as planned, so we're just going to have to use our decoys, and then I wasn't really quite sure what we were going to do for our very last ether extractor, but we ended up getting really lucky, and you're going to see. I used to do this trick a lot when this dark ether first launched. If you do these ether extractors in this exact order, and if you do the one at the top of the fortress second, and that way you can jump down on top of the third one, there's not going to be a lot of zombies down there. If you got that VR11, don't be afraid to turn a zombie or two, that way they can act as decoys to give you a little extra cushion. This second one done here, and we're moving at a pretty good pace with this contract. Haven't really ran into any hiccups yet, and I'm just waiting until we climb up here and get ready to jump down on top of the third one. And look at that, guys, we have absolutely like no zombies down here. There was a mangler, but he was like way off. He wasn't even bothered with what I was doing, which was pretty damn nice. I'm surprised that this trick actually worked. Usually I would have planned on using my ether shroud if I was out of decoys and everything, but we didn't have that either, so I'm really glad that this ended up working out this way. The rewards out of this contract were, I think, slightly better than the last one, but still could be better. We ended up getting a refined crystal, and then we got another dog bone, and then we got that golden armor plate schematic, so not too terrible. Come down here and grab our bunny out the bus. Now time for our second most hardest contract inside of here. Right now I'm just really hoping that we don't get that mega abomination spawning in there. That's happened to me quite a few times, and trying to fight that thing off while you're trying to hold out in here is not very fun. I think this definitely goes to show like how good that the VR11 as a wonder weapon is. I go as far as to say the VR11 is definitely the best wonder weapon in the game. I mean, not only is it the best weapon to fight the red worm with, it'll also kill that stormcaller as long as you have it packed up a couple times. Takes out mega abominations really fast. I mean, you can do all of these dark ether contracts with it. Just with that movement and speed boost alone, I think just makes this thing almost incredibly worth it. Having the ability to turn these zombies into like your own little personal soldiers and have them like act as decoys and like shooting the zombies as well, I think that is awesome. It's definitely an excellent weapon for trying to do like this contract here. You guys will also probably see me with the striker. Now I just put out a previous video that just went up a few hours ago, and if you guys haven't seen that, it's all about that weapon and has like the loadout and everything in there. That striker was actually handling itself really well. Like, it was taking out all the mega abominations and handled itself all over inside the red tier zone really well, and even here inside the Elder Dark Ether. So you guys should definitely check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. Like I said earlier in the video, I do really wish I would have had a sentry gun put up in here, or else I probably wouldn't have ended up going down again. Even maybe just an ether blade to help me out, or just something. In the end, it really wasn't too terrible, and we were able to get through it, guys. This last contract actually came through with some absolutely banger loot. We ended up getting a legendary ether tool, plus we got some golden armor plates, and we got that ether blade schematic. Definitely more than happy with that. Right now, today, I do have plenty of wonder weapons, so we're not going to be going for those today. I think my backpack is completely full with some pretty good stuff, and I'm ready to head over to that exfil. Take a look at this, guys. Not only did we end up getting all of those schematics, but we got 2 dog bones, we got a legendary ether tool, we got golden armor plates, plus a refined crystal. I'm definitely happy with this run. Again, I appreciate all the support that everybody's been showing me on the channel here lately. It does mean the absolute world to me. I appreciate everybody that checked out out the video today. If you enjoyed it, please do drop a huge like on it. Subscribe to the channel if anybody is new. Did set a huge goal of 20,000 subscribers that I want to hit by the end of summer, and so far you guys are leaving no doubt in my mind that we're going to absolutely crush that. Thank you everybody again. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and that we'll catch you in the next one.